How do I not have 25 fucking cents? Jesus Christ. Well, you still feel like doing this tonight?
Yeah, I'm still up. I'm good.
Right on. Don't have anything else to learn about other than I can have 25 cents. Shit. All right. Yeah, we'll just get to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll make me feel better. Oh, hi there. Happy Sunday. It's January 13th, 2019, and I'm Eric. Talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where we've had an entire generation pass totally free from smallpox, polio, measles, mumps, rabies, and more. The most pressing issue in modern science is if we start finding a vaccine for stupid.
Yeah, never gonna happen.
We need to cure stupid. A lot going on in the medical community apparently lately. Gord, how are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. Confused by just that very topic, but yeah, I'm doing all right. Having a decent day, so.
I'll get to why that's a topic in a little bit. Not a hell of a lot to talk about tonight. Football sucks. The Bears shit the bed. Groundhog Day was on. That's always a good movie to watch in this time of year. One of my all-time favorites of Bill Murray's.
Yeah,
I did.
It's a really fucking good movie.
There was a chapter in my life where I used to lie to people and tell them Bill Murray was my father.
That's great.
I don't anymore, but that's just true. Not a lot to report on the podcast front, other than I'm having a hell of a time finding a decent company that'll do analytics for us. I wish I had one. Yeah, so I'm not going to bore everybody with a bunch of stuff like that. I'm not going to bore you with Champion Tree news, because Champion Tree got a slight setback today, possibly, in the relocating process. And we are still desperately seeking contributors to the show, even though I have a couple of people who would like to be regular members here. We need more people, so please, for the love of God, I'm now begging. Eric and Gord at Outlook.com or 604-655-9630. Please start being a part of the show. I'm going to try to work out some live episodes so we can have live recordings with people if possible, and or whatever it takes. Hey, send in some suggestions and tell me what it takes to get you guys on the show. Because we need you.
Here's a way that people can look at this. On the ground floor of one of those business opportunities. That is us.
That is us. We are definitely on an upswing at the moment. Luckily, we're still moving up as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
But again, very difficult to find an analytics company. And we're having issues with iTunes again for some reason, so I've got to get that sorted out this week. Most of the analytics...
Could it possibly be because I keep saying, fuck iTunes?
I certainly hope not, because I'm definitely equally as guilty if that's the case. But and then if it is the case, then well, fuck you, iTunes. But
right?
I'm sure there's a way we can make it right. If not, we're going to perish miserably in the failed podcast world, because they're the gravity that holds the podcast world together. Unfortunately,
I don't know about that. Is that true? Because everybody I've spoken to, I've only heard of like one person so far that actually uses iTunes for their podcast.
See, I am in the same boat as you, and yet when I check our stats, they're the number one listening platform for us even. And Anchor comes in at number 2. So I don't know. Maybe they're padding their numbers somehow, or...
Oh, absolutely they are. There's no fucking way. I mean, yes, there's a lot of iPhones sold and stuff like that, but just get fucking break. No way.
My mom was thinking about the easiest route would just be go back, pay my $20 to get my Spreaker membership back. But we'll see. Anyway, that's another conversation for another time. We have a lot to get to here tonight. It is flu season. It's going around. I don't personally get a flu shot ever.
Nope.
That's not to say I don't believe in the medicine behind them. They don't work for me. I don't like it. But some people need it. Case in point, my mother's husband is in the hospital currently because he has an immune system deficiency. It's not AIDS, but it's something similar. He basically has no immunities to anything.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, he's susceptible to most things that most grown men aren't. And the average thing will be much harsher on him than it is on everybody else.
Okay.
When he gets sick, he gets a lot sicker than all of us. Now, this time around, he got, it's essentially a form of MRSA that appears in the bowel, very painful and very lethal. And the reason he got this is because his son is an anti-vaxxer who has...
Oh, no shit.
And his son and his wife have a young child who's very sick, and they refuse to keep him away from Grandpa. And Grandpa got deathly ill because of it. Literally, he could die. And this is essentially because he's got a family of anti-vaxxers. And these people, I don't know about you, I can't think of what a comparison would be, but I don't think there's quite anyone other than real racists. I don't think there's anyone I hate more than anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, I don't, you know, like you said, I mean, polio, you know, like all these diseases that were killing people in tremendous numbers don't exist anymore. And then all of a sudden now, you're getting smallpox is coming back.
Right? And there's a huge measles outbreak in America.
It's just, it's fucking stupid. Like, again, when it comes to the flu shot, I am against, like, I'm personally, like I said, I won't get a flu shot. It's pointless because it's only good for specific strains of the flu. It's not going to cover all of them. Somebody like my mother, who has a weak immune system, absolutely needs to get it done, and it's basically kept her alive the last few years.
Sure.
But to make that mandatory, no sense to me because, well, it just doesn't really fucking do anything.
No, and the one year I took one, I got insanely sick because of it, and was sick several successive times that year. Like I think it led to me getting more flu. I think, and I'm not prone to getting the flu. I haven't had a severe one without taking a flu shot. So I don't think it should be mandatory. Because I think it's a case by case basis. Like you said, your mother needs it. I don't.
Yeah. I don't want to get sick. Don't inject me with something that's going to make me sick.
Exactly. That doesn't work for everybody. And maybe it doesn't work for anybody. I don't know. It's one of those things. You know, we sometimes we come up with things as a race that we just come up with them and they just become rule of law, but really they make no sense when you think about them. You know, like when we were kids, you couldn't swim for a half hour after eating. You remember that? Oh no, you'll cramp up, you'll die if you go in the pool a half hour after eating. But you could go run around and play for a half an hour using the same muscles you would use in a body of water. Why would that make a difference? It's stupid. It was a stupid thing. A few years ago, you had to drink your body weight in water every day, or you're going to die. You need more water to cure Water will cure cancer. Water will cure everything. You got to drink a lot of water. And then all of a sudden, people were getting obese. People on diets were becoming obese from all this water, and doctors said, "Oh no, just drink when you're thirsty." That's a stupid thing. You shouldn't drink that much water. You're gonna get fat. We come up with these stupid. God, look at the food pyramid.
Yeah, that's fucking changed dramatically.
Remember that? You got to eat bread. Eat a lot of bread. Eat meat and bread. Meat and bread's good for you. Eat lots of meat and bread. Get rid of salad.
That one is just a waste of calories. You don't need that shit.
And brown sugar. As much brown sugar as you want. That's fine, right? White sugar, that'll kill you. But brown sugar, fucking loaded on there. No, it's sugar with molasses in it. It's the same thing.
It's just sweeter. It makes meat go caramelized, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but the fact that it's brown doesn't have anything to do with it. Yeah, there's no magic in brown. There's brown rice, brown sugar, brown. There's no magic brown. It doesn't change anything.
No.
So
no, not at all.
And that's where I think we are with this flu shot. Someone came up with an idea, and they did it, and everyone went, "Yeah, that makes sense, and we're going to do that." But there's no really proof that it does what it's doing. And like you said, it only does it for a very small period of time. And then you're susceptible to the next flu in a month anyway. So it's just a stupid thing. It's like going to the dentist. You go to the dentist twice a year. You know why? Because he fucking tells you to.
I haven't been to the dentist. This is embarrassing to admit. I haven't been to the dentist in over 15 years.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. He pulled my wisdom teeth, and that was the last I saw of him. But yeah, you go to the dentist, they clean your teeth, and they go, "We'll see you in 6 months." And you go, "Yeah, okay," and you just do it. There's no reason to go back every 6 months. It's just one of these things that they came up with in medicine, and we all just went, "Yeah, that must be a thing," because they went to school and they fucking know their shit. Well, no, they're making it up, dude.
They're the originals of the fucking of commission-based sales.
Exactly.
You just want to make money.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that being said, that's the flu shot. All right, give me the flu shot. I think we're on point with the vaccines, and I think anyone who thinks we're not is a moron, and there's no polite way to say it. I'm not going to be polite. I'm not going to pull punches on this one. If you think vaccines aren't healthy, you're a fucking idiot. The evidence stands for itself. And this goddamn fucking, what is it, the autism bullshit.
Yeah.
That was you know where that comes from? That comes from one goddamn case where a kid got stuck. In 1998, a kid got stuck with a needle, happened to have autism. It's been debunked a million times since then. It was one fucking case that people have latched onto, and they've pounded the shit out of it, and it's not true. It's been medically unproven.
Not only that, but the guy who actually did that originally, not only was it proven fucking wrong, the guy was actually lost his license because of it.
And people are holding on to this from now. That's not 98. That's 20 years ago now.
Yeah,
we're still beating out one fucking kid. It's stupid. Vaccinate your children. That's why we don't have these diseases. They're non-existent for an entire generation now. It's something we've never even considered in our time, that we would get one of these things. And the fact that they're coming back, that should just speak volumes.
Well, come on. You got Flat Earth Society. People think that the Earth is fucking flat still.
You know, it's ignorance. It's sheer ignorance, and I mean it in the truest sense. The people who are at odds with science, for the most part, are people who are ignorant of science. They're uneducated people. The most educated scientific minds, they'll debate it, but they don't disagree with it. And this goes with climate change, vaccines, like you said, the flat Earth. Come the fuck on. The new argument is that all the other planets are round. That doesn't prove anything. Of course it fucking does.
Yeah, when I fucking heard that they actually recognize and acknowledge that all other planets are round, and their fucking excuse was, well, if you woke up never knowing anything and you see a white swan, you would assume that all swans are white, and then one day you'll see a black swan. That is Earth.
Yeah, that's
like, come on. Like, you're not even trying, and people are following this.
I don't understand how. I have a very good friend who posts constantly on Facebook about this. I don't understand how. She's so smart. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to be a human at the moment. Which,
Absolutely.
so, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm trying to say is vaccinate your goddamn kids. When mine was born, she was vaccinated for everything under the sun, and God, we were taking her in at least once every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
For some shot she needed, but they can't do them all at once.
No, they got to break that shit up into runs.
But yeah, for like the first 2 years of her life, we were taking her in and getting her. Now she won't get stuff. She's a healthy kid now because of that. And I fully believe that. And I don't want your kid making my kid sick because you subscribe to some stupid fucking thing that's usually started by a celebrity.
Yeah.
I don't know that this was, but it's always some Gwyneth Paltrow fucking freak out there telling you how to raise your children, and you go, oh, well, she's pretty, she must know what she's talking about. No, she's a fucking... Do you remember the drama class kids from your school? That's who you're going to take health advice from?
Yeah. No. Why? Why would you? It's just... Gwyneth Paltrow came out with a cookbook, and the average price per meal was like something like $1,200.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because that's all... No. And people are going broke trying to be her. She bugs the shit out of me, and I don't want to get off topic, but I think that's probably this anti-vaxxer thing is someone like her did this at some point. I know there's...
Can we officially just blame fucking Taylor Swift for this? I'm okay with that.
Blame Taylor Swift?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
All right. You know, I like to look at her. I think she's very pretty. Other than that, I got not much use for her. So sure, Taylor Swift. Goddamn you, Taylor Swift. Vaccinate your kids.
I hope she writes in.
Taylor Swift, feel free. Eric and Gord at Outlook.com. Or for you, any other way you want to reach me, I'm available all the time for you. But at the end of the call, you got to go vaccinate your kids. If you need help having some kids, I'm here for you. But then we're going to go vaccinate them.
Yeah. And bitch, you're paying for it. You got the money.
I make good babies, by the way. I'm just putting that out there, ladies. I make fantastic babies. You should see mine. She's adorable and perfect. And me and Taylor Swift would have some good-looking kids. And sing, holy shit, could those kids sing. My God.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to get on board with this anti-vaccine thing, Taylor, so, you know, you got to meet me halfway.
That's right.
Nah, fuck it. Marry Avril like I always planned. Screw you, Taylor. I don't know if I said anything worth saying there. I just really wanted to vent about that. I'm really upset about my mom's husband being in the hospital. That just troubles me because he's a wonderful man. And the fact that it's unnecessary really bugs me. And just the fact that this is even a conversation in the 21st century bugs me.
Yeah.
As does, I don't mean to pressure through too quickly here, so we can take a breather before we move on. That's, I'm sure there's some vaccines I'm lacking that I probably need. I don't know. I think when you're an adult, you kind of tend to drop off on those things, too.
Well, yeah, because you spend your whole childhood and early adult life getting vaccines for everything that you pretty much just assume that's going to stay in your system for the rest of your life.
I know I don't keep track of them. That's why I got to get a goddamn tetanus shot every time I go to the hospital, because I can never remember. And they go, well, if you can't remember, it's been too long. You better have another. I probably get them every 2 fucking weeks. They're good for 10 years. Yeah,
but what's the worst ever happens? Nothing.
No, it's not like you're going to get more, like, something bad happens. You're just not going to get tetanus. And I don't even know what that is, but it scares the shit out of me.
Tetanus is what you get by, the easiest way to say it is tetanus is what you get by, cutting yourself with something with rust in it, basically.
Yeah, and you get, like, lockjaw and shit. Your muscles seize up or something. I don't know. It sounds terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't sound fun. I actually had a form of tetanus many years ago. I was at this local swimming area, hole thing that we had, and in the middle of this little lake, it had a water slide. And what you do is you can walk around the far side of the property and take this little bridge to get to it, or you can do what everybody else does. You just get shit all fucking hammered drunk, and then you swim your way over to the fucking thing and then climb the fence.
Sure.
So that's what we always did. And I climbed the fence and I scraped the inside of my thigh on the top of the rusty fence. And 4 months later? 4 months later, I think it was, my cut was still like the day I cut it.
Wow.
It didn't get any worse, but it never healed in the slightest. And my doctor gave me this cream. He says, here, put this cream on. So I've been putting, like, polysporin. Nothing was working. Didn't make a dent in it. And I was very confused because I heal really quickly with a lot of shit. And turns out that I had tetanus. And so he gave me this cream, and then, like, a week later, it cleared right up, and it was basically just like this steroided Tetris.
I got Tetris.
I got Tetris. I got building blocks.
Is that what rabies? Sorry, that's what tetanus shots do, so you don't get Tetris?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, Tetris would suck. You just all of a sudden you start blocking up in little rows.
Right? Yeah, it's not fun.
But you never get the big long one that you need at the end to fucking get rid of the 4 rows at a time. And you just start stiffening up like that.
You're always that L-shaped one that you never need.
Yeah, right. You always get the opposite one. And what a horrible disease! You just start turning into little blocks from the feet up until it's game over.
I don't want. This is terrible.
But if you just get the one right block, then you cure yourself for a little while. I say, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why can't you walk? Oh, I got Tetris. Oh, shit. Do you have the square block one? No, I don't. Fuck. That's a brutal disease.
I might have a case of the Genesis Tetris, though. Way better than the Atari one, so that's all right.
Oh, man. I'm just picturing, what a brutal way to die. You just start stiffening up from the feet up in little blocks with horrible music in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would enjoy that very much at all.
I got the Tetris. Oh, shit.
I got the Tetris. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, it's good. I have no idea what people are talking about out here. All right, so we're Eric and Gord's medical show. Hey, I'm just on the phone. Everybody wants to talk to the Hunt right now. It's nice. It's nice. I enjoy it. The community around here is really nice. Everyone's really rallied around me. I got a lot of friends out here. Just none of them who want to pay me back money they owe me.
Fucker.
So vaccinate your kids. Don't let them get the Tetris. That sounds terrible.
You gotta love the good slip of the tongue, man. It's just fun times.
But if you are suffering from the Tetris, you're probably going to need some sort of prescription for that. And I don't think it's news to anybody that in Canada we pay way more than we should for prescription drugs. This is just the way it's always been, and we being Canadians, we just fucking never questioned it, we just went blindly along, until 2017, this report comes out from our health minister. What the hell was our goddamn health minister's name? I don't even remember. But she did a study, she put out a report, and she realized we pay more than just about every other developed nation in the world for our vaccine, for our prescriptions.
But that's for generic prescription.
Exactly. Well, that's
they're supposed to be the cheapest alternative to buying the actual name brand stuff.
That's correct. Now, this is where it gets interesting, is that legislation was passed capping the price of generic drugs. In 2017, this legislation was passed, but it's taking as long as humanly possible to implement. Because the two groups, the focus groups that they've got talking about this are drug companies and patients' families. So they're at a bit of a standstill here. Gee, I wonder why. The people who stand to profit from it are arguing with the people who need the medicine the most, and they're not seeing eye to eye. It's said that God, sorry, I'm stuttering here. I just had police follow me for half a block. It scared me. The drug companies are arguing that a 20% reduction in the price of pharmaceuticals would equal a $26 billion loss to the industry. That $26 billion would be lost if we cut the prices today by 20%. And that's why we're not. The legislation is in place that they have to do that, and they're just not because it would ruin the world, apparently.
Yeah, but you guys remember, so there's only one group that loses, and that's the pharmaceutical industry. That's pharma. That's it.
Yeah, and
that loses, not the doctors. It's not. It's just pharmaceutical company.
And if you think it's a giant, big whole, it's not. It's one fucking company in Canada.
That's right.
McKesson Canada, they're called. They're actually run out of San Francisco, but their Canadian division is the biggest supplier of pharmaceuticals in North America. They supply 8,000 pharmacies in Canada, and 400 Rexall pharmacies around North America. This company is massive, and they are the ones at the heart of your story you brought up today, Gord, which absolutely disgusts me, but it's front page news all over the world, and yet it's not on the news from what I'm hearing, but you look on the internet and this is fucking everywhere. That we are kickbacks of at least 50% of the price are going right back to these pharmacies. We're not seeing any benefit from it, but it could ruin medicine for us. It can ruin.
It is ruining. It is medicine for us. You're making people choose between buying the medication they need or paying their fucking hydro bill.
Exactly. It's bankrupting our so-called free healthcare system, and nobody seems to be doing shit about it. And I don't know, when you brought it up, I didn't know it was such a thing because it's only in Ontario so far, but who knows what the hell's going on in the rest of the country. The story happened to break in Ontario, but I'm sure it's happening everywhere.
It's just that Ontario pays the most. Right. That's the difference. So, for those that don't necessarily know exactly what is going on, it's basically what it is. In 2013, a law was passed that said that pharmacists cannot ask or receive kickbacks for promoting and selling their products. So when word got around that there are a lot of pharmacists, and I mean a lot of pharmacists that were still doing this, a specific this watchdog group created a fake pharmaceutical company, business cards, sales rep, website, fake numbers. They did the whole shebang. And then they went out to 17 random pharmaceutical companies across Toronto, across Ontario. Out of 17 companies, when they presented their product, they did not mention the kickback. It was up to seeing if the pharmacist, if they would mention it. Out of the 17, 16 mentioned it. And not only that, but their demands were all the same, which is 70%. They want a kickback of 70% of the value.
Yeah, what I read was at least 50.
Yeah, but they're all asking for 70. All 16 pharmacists asked for 70%. So think about that. If the pharmaceutical companies can afford to pay 70% of the profit to the pharmacist just for recommending it, what is the actual cost of these medications and what they're charging?
Exactly. Now, we've already broken the story, I think. Well, we didn't, but the story, it's old news now that there is no difference between a generic drug and the brand name drug. The difference is the name. They're the same. They're exactly the same. The patent after a certain time runs out, and that's just it. You can't repatent it. It's the exact same fucking drug, usually put out by the exact same company, just under a different name. So the fact that there was ever that discrepancy is bullshit. There never should have been that price difference to create the bullshit in the first place. But now that that's well known, we're on to this other bullshit where, we should be paying a fraction of what we are. I mean, if anything at all, really.
Yeah.
Under our free healthcare system, it's. I don't know.
Basically, the way I kind of lightly figured today, if you're paying, hang on a second, I have to have the thing here. I know when I was picking up certain prescriptions, the average sort of cost of certain ones was around $70.
Sure.
So if I'm paying $70, you take off 70% of that. That's $21.
Right.
Now, out of that $21, that's what that $21. The pharmacists are still making only 30% profit on that, but that 30% more than covers the cost.
That 30%.
And usually, when you're covering the cost, you're looking at around. I try to think of what basic retail was, somewhere around like 150%.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say 110, but you'd know better than I.
Yeah, so if you're looking at that, that means the actual cost of these pills is around $3.
Yeah, exactly.
$3. That's for a pack of like 30 pills.
So you throw on the actual the regular standard profit, and you're looking at you're still paying $6.50 to $7.
Yeah, we should only be charged for a pack of, say, 30 pills. You should be looking at our cost should be somewhere around the $8 to $10 range.
Right.
Instead, we're paying $70.
And that's for the common run of the mill shit that you and I buy. This isn't for the super drugs that some sick kids need. $40,000 up to $100,000 a year for these medications.
Yeah, no, that's not including the heavy stuff. So I mean, the fact that exists, the fact that nobody is standing up and saying fucking bullshit, and the fact that, again, the media itself in Ontario doesn't talk about it, shows just how badly corrupt the entire system is.
Well,
all of it.
How linked it's linked somewhere at the top. I mean, obviously, it's such a small group of companies. Like, this is one company in Canada we're talking. For the most part, I'm sure others are involved, but it's this McKesson Canada. They're the only one. They're the one. So they must be linked to someone. You know, these boards, there's always someone on a board. You're on 15 different boards when you're these type of people. Who's to say one of them is not on the Chorus Radio Network's board or the Shaw Cables board or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's, I think what needs, in my opinion, what needs to happen with the world is have to put a cap on what profit you're allowed to make off of a product for it to be still manageable in the industry.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think the first step is that boardroom business be conducted in a boardroom. We get rid of these old boys clubs who are doing business on the golf course and in the locker room and over brandy at night. Get big businessmen accountable for business. Make it public knowledge. These are publicly traded companies. The way they're operated should be public information.
Well, a lot of it actually still is public information, but nobody just gets it's buried and it's difficult to find, and you know, like, you really need to know what you're looking for to get these answers.
See, that shouldn't be, though. That's not the way the Freedom of Information Act was supposed to work.
No,
it's been corrupted. And now, granted, it still exists. Like, it's better than some countries, I guess. But it's still, like you said, you have to be very specific in your searches, or you'll find nothing. And that's not the way it's supposed to be.
No. Not at all. But yet, here we are.
We're not giving people enough knowledge to have the incentive to want to bring these people to task for what they're doing. People don't know enough. And frankly, that brings us back to that Wall-E state that we know we're all rushing toward, is that we don't know enough, and the less we know, the less we want to know, it seems. And we're just becoming so complacent, looking down at these little screens in our hands and pretending everything's okay.
It's so not right. I think that I mean, the fact that everything has gone electronic for the dollar, I think this is the prime time right now where we need to see the entire economy to get zapped so that electronics, you can't take electronic cash. Everything has to be dealt with only cash, and I think that would be the difference.
See, I thought we were on our way, and George Bush went and fucked us.
Yeah.
We should have let the banks fail. The greatest thing that could have happened to the economy would be those goddamn banks failing.
Yep. Because the banks aren't needed.
No.
You don't need a bank. It's there. You know, like in the U.S. specifically, it is illegal for you to not put your money in the bank. If you take your cash and you leave it at home, that is illegal. You can be charged with hoarding government property.
See, now that how ridiculous is that? And that's a law that's been passed by bankers. It's like the property law is being passed by realtors here in Vancouver. It's a stupid system. It's not right. But hoarding government property, are you kidding me? These are the same fuckers that busted kids for having lemonade stands and not paying taxes and not having food safe tickets to run their fucking lemonade stands. Hoarding government. So if you're saying if I keep a penny collection, I'm hoarding government property.
Yeah, pretty much.
When you really look at it through the eyes of what's that fucking It's a Wonderful Life, right? You think with the banks, you take a look at that movie and think about it. Why the fuck did we ever put money in banks in the first place? When did that ever make sense? And I'm going to take my hard-earned money and give it to a complete stranger to put in a weird building and hold for me. Why? Why is that safer than anything? It's not. It's a stupid concept when you really think about it.
Oh, completely. But yet it's there specifically so one specific small group of people can make unlimited fucking money from it.
But I'm sure that's not what the first, the Jimmy Stewart bank guy came up with when he said, hey, I'll hold your money for you in this vault over here, and nobody will be able to steal it from your house. I mean, I'm assuming that's why banks started. I don't know why they started.
You know what? You're probably right. I don't.
But I'm assuming
it's probably a security thing.
Some guy came home from the gold rush with a whole bunch of money, and his house kept getting robbed. And he said, God damn it, if there's somewhere I can put this money where it wouldn't get robbed every night. And the guy said, well, I got a big old steel vault. You can throw it in there, and I'll charge you some money for it. Or you know what I'll do? I'll take some of your money, and I'll make more money on it. You'll get more money if you give me your money. And he went, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that.
Yeah. And then they get everybody's money, and then what do they do with it? The banks use that money to invest in so they can make more money.
Well, exactly, but that's where it starts getting shady, right? And then all of a sudden you're into a fucking Ponzi scheme where you're, hey, can I get my money? No.
Sorry, but
why not?
No.
Isn't it just in that? It's just in that vault behind you, right? Oh yeah, it's there, but you can't have it till next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the banker's on the phone with his brother-in-law going, hey, I need $10,000. I'll give you $20,000 on Tuesday. And then brother-in-law, he's trying to impress you, so he gives you the $10,000, and then you go, oh hey Gord, I got your $5,000 that you asked for. Yeah, I do. It turns out it is in the vault after all. You can have it.
Yeah. My bad. Sorry.
Tuesday runs around, and you're going, oh shit. So you're calling your cousin that you always said you'd be nicer to, and you never did, and you go, buddy, I need $40,000 by noon, or I'm fucked. Can I borrow $40,000? I'll give you $80 on Thursday, I promise. And then,
trust me.
And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, you run out of relatives to borrow from, and everybody wants their money back, and you have no money in your vault. This is how we're running the fucking world?
Yeah. If you look at the last like sort of things that the U.S. has done over the world, Kuwait, just like all the different countries. Everybody says it's about oil, it's all about oil. It actually isn't. It's about banking.
Well, of course.
All these companies, so every country in the world, except for I think we're down to one or two countries left, that's it, are all under the
Rockefeller? No. Yeah, the Rockefeller and the Rothschilds.
Rothschild. It's all under the Rothschild name. So the Rothschild owns the right to every single bank on the planet. And every time when a country turns around and says, no, we're not going to buy into your bank and we're going to do it our own, they turn around and they form a start of a war against them.
Right.
And they do it under the guise of something else, so it's like a secret on top of a secret. It's just fucked.
But see, the fact of the matter, I've been taught that once we expose those secrets, they'll change. And the fact is, with the internet, with the information age, we've exposed them for what they really are. There are no secrets. Everybody knows everything now. And fuck you, Anunnaki, you flat Earth bullshit, planets in the fucking rings of Saturn people, you're wrong. Okay, I'm just having to flat out, you're wrong. None of that shit's real. Okay. We know what's real. We all know everything about everything now. And yet we're doing nothing. Nothing's changed. We learned what we wanted to know, what we kind of thought was true. We figured it out, and we found out it is true, and we all went, but it's the best way for now. No, it's not. What the fuck? Where is the... We used to fucking riot in the streets for the smallest goddamn things. We would take up arms against the government. That's the reason the Americans have the Second Amendment. It was so they could take arms up against the government when they disagreed with them. That's what the right to bear arms was for.
That's right.
It was for revolution. It was for overthrowing the government. And that was for fucking... Because you couldn't keep black people.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I can't beat this person anymore for no reason? Fuck you, government.
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit. I can't keep my friend, who's now our friend Jamal is real angry for. Oh God! But we would the FLQ crisis. It was a national crisis in Canada for workers because workers weren't getting treated fairly in Quebec of all fucking places.
Yeah.
It used to be just if you disagreed with your government, you protested, you overthrew them, you got in a government that did something right. Now we're so fucking scared to even speak up against our non-government. It was doing absolutely nothing in our favor. 100 years ago, the last 4 administrations would have been overthrown 2 weeks into their existence. And now we just let them do their thing. We know they're corrupt as shit. We know about like Halliburton in the Middle East, all that nonsense with this private security companies fucking up the war in Afghanistan. It was all right in front of us on TV, plain as day. And we do nothing. We do, like you just said, we know that these goddamn people are running the countries, all the countries of the world, and they... under the guise of banking for us, which is a fake. It's a fake thing. It's not the dollar amounts that they talk about every day. Those don't exist. They're numbers that people make up. They're just based on other numbers, and they get inflated and deflated. And they mean nothing.
Nothing at all.
Why aren't we doing something about this? Why aren't we taking up not necessarily arms? We don't even have to be violent. We can go push Justin Trudeau out. Just push him, physically shove him. He'll move. He's a small little man.
Yeah, he won't be able to resist that.
Push him out. Why are we not marching on Parliament Hill and throwing these people out of office and taking over? And why are we just letting it happen now that we know?
I caught a video where Trudeau was out in Alberta, I think it was, and he was doing a big Q&A with the people. And this girl stood up and said, you made a comment about the gender thing with construction workers and with miners, saying that, like actual guys that work in mines, and saying that, if you were to hire one of the new gender type people, that they'll basically be treated bad by the men that work there, so the men are inefficient, they're bad at their jobs. So this girl popped up and had this question where she brought all this up and said, can you clarify about how, because you talked about, that it would be detrimental, but you never say how. So can you talk about it? Trudeau gives a 3-minute answer about the girl working for a company and basically working for a living, and congratulations to her, and then completely blows off the answer. Doesn't even attempt to even lie about it, and then goes to the next question. Right. It's all caught on video, and it's like, and like I had a bunch of friends that, like, one of my friends posted it, and a bunch of people were talking about what an asshole he is. And this fucking woman gets on there and defends it. No, he's done great. No, he hasn't. He did like 2 good things. Everything else has been horrible, and it's been detrimental to the company. He's a liar, he's a cheater, he's a thief, he's a fucking asshole. He needs to go. And she's like, no, he's not. He's done too many great things. Everything else is just quote-unquote fake news.
And these fucking, that's it. But everything can be fake news now. It's so easy to just say that. And fucking then we all go, oh, well, then these liberal motherfuckers who, fake news. It's fake news. Everything that you disagree with now, it's, that's fake news. It's so easy. We just latched onto that when it happened, and now we do it with everything. And you can dismiss any legitimate concern. Now, that's fake news. Well,
no, not that.
Who's reporting real news? Where is you can't just all be fake news. You can't just say it's like, Jesus Christ, the National Enquirer is one of the most credible reporters right now on things going on in the States. It's fucking ridiculous. You can't just dismiss everything as fake news and make it go away. Somewhere along the line, there's still a story there that's true.
Yeah, it's a matter of just, like, I don't understand how anybody can sit down and be like, oh no, this is fine. It's not fine. It's disgusting, horrible, and yet, like you said, we're allowing it.
I'm looking for answers. People, for the love of God, if ever there was a time to call, write, explain something to me, explain why the fuck we're letting this happen. Why are we? If this happened in our personal life, on a one-on-one basis, if someone screwed us the way these governments are screwing us, we would beat them up. We would fight them.
Yeah, right.
If someone came into your house and reached into your wallet and just took your money and gave it to your friend who's much richer than you, you would fight them. You would physically fight them.
Yeah, you would pay a beating on them with your money. Whatever.
People taking food. If someone ran up to your kid and took their sandwich away, you would chase them down and hit them with something and get the sandwich back. That's what's happening. This is happening to us every day. And we're doing nothing. We just go, it's the way it's always been.
It's the way it is. What do you want us to do about it? It's the way it is.
Especially in Canada, we just had a chance to switch our entire democratic system once and for all, finally. And everyone was so excited about it. Everyone was behind it. Yes, we're getting rid of the fucking goddamn stupid voting system. And we didn't in a fucking landslide. We all went the other way on polling day. We just went, no, it's what we know and we're going to stick with it.
Yeah. We don't want change.
Why not?
Well, we want change, but we just don't want to have to deal with change.
Right. This is why we're failing. This is why the world on a whole is failing. And we all know it.
And I think that there is a solution. There is one solution that could help change all this bullshit. Take off warning labels. Let the stupid people fucking drink, please. Let the stupid fucking people eat fucking Ajax. Like, fuck them. You want your solution for the fucking dumb people? We need a solution to how do we fix
natural selection.
Die.
Natural selection. It's only natural. I used to do these fake commercials about that. Natural selection. It's only natural. If your kid puts a blanket around his neck, goes up to the roof, and thinks he can fly,
you let him do it.
Natural selection. It's only natural.
That's right.
If you know somebody who needs the warning on their goddamn hairdryer that says "Do not use in shower,"
He should not be contributing to society in any way, shape, or form.
Natural selection. It's time to start thinning the herd. That's you let the sick ones die off. You let the lame ones. You've got just the superior cattle you're taking to slaughter. You thin the herd.
Right.
Let's start.
If you look at anything in the animal kingdom, if you have a herd of, doesn't matter what the fuck it is, take a fucking herd of caribou. You've got, caribou's a bad example because they're all massive and it's just a matter of sheer number. But if you look at like lions, you've got a pack of lions. If you have one that's weak and sick, they will abandon it, let it die.
Yeah.
They won't defend it. They won't help it. They will literally hurt it themselves, and then let the fucking hyenas take it.
And let's not just, it's not just the nasty-ass lions, okay? Because the antelopes are fucking pricks, too. There's a reason they leave the sick ones behind at the back of the pack. They let them pretend that they give a shit about them, but they put them on the outsides and near the back and let them get picked off first. There's a reason for that. That's not, all animals are bastards.
Yeah.
But they're all going to outlive us by 1 billion years because of it. Because they're smart. They're much smarter than humans. We think we're so superior, and in ways we are. We invented technology. That's great, but it made us stupid. We're stupider because of it.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got dumb and lazy. They're talking right now. They're talking about changing schools. But schools should be run in the sense of they should start at 8 in the morning. They should start at 9 or 10 because kids. Well, you know what? I don't have the option of my fucking job, but I can walk in when I can.
See, but there's something to be said for sleep too. Sleep's very healthy. We should let our kids sleep.
Yeah, but it's their own fault for being awake. They're on the video games till 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's true.
They're not overworked. They're fucking around. It's self-indulgence. That's it.
Get the goddamn iPhone away and put your kid to bed. And when your kid cries, you know what we did with Aurora when she cried when we put her to bed? We turned the TV up.
Yeah.
And she cried herself to sleep. And then after a couple of weeks, she stopped crying at bedtime.
Right.
That's
problem solved.
That was bedtime. It's like this new thing where now every time your kid cries, that's it. That thing can't exist. That thing she can't sleep anymore. It makes her cry. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not saying beat your kid. I'm not saying that was ever a good idea. But I mean, you gotta sometimes. Children need to be told the way the world is. We did it with our daughter. We didn't even have to be mean about it because we just let her know at 1 year old that we're the parents and she's the child and she will do what we say, and that's the way it's been, and it's a very happy relationship now.
And it works.
It works. Kids need to be God, when the first time Aurora fell down, I almost cried. I had no idea what to do. She bounced right back up. Kids do that. They bounce back up and they're fine.
Yeah, they're resilient.
Sometimes they're not, but they heal. That's why their bones are soft. They're meant to bend and break and twist and get worked into big adult bones. But you can't take away. If your kid doesn't like sleep, you can't say, okay, well, you don't have to sleep anymore. Well, no, then you get a shitty adult. You can't let you can't put your kids in a bubble and tell them that they do no wrong and then they'll grow up and be fine. No, they grow up and they're sick and they have peanut allergies and they're shitty people. My mom just posted that thing. It's been floating around the internet for a couple of years, but it's congratulations to anyone above the age of 40. You went outside and played with your friends. And you survived.
Yeah.
You had sword fights with sticks, and even though you talked about it every day, you never poked out anybody's eye. That never happened.
Never happened, ever.
And you fell down and you broke your arm sometime in elementary school. You broke something, and it healed and you were fine. You know,
it's pathetic.
Now we've got every time your kid falls down, then that sport has to not exist. They can't play dodgeball anymore. They can't.
Yeah, ban the sport.
Ban the sport every time someone gets hurt by something. You get these fat, useless, shitty fucking people with bad attitudes.
Yeah, and you start handing out awards for people that came in last place. No.
Yeah.
No. Competition is a good thing. Let it happen.
And then these people start running the world, and then they say, "Oh, well, the banks can't fail." Because nobody fails ever in anything. No, your banks fucking failed. The whole system was wrong and it failed, and it was blatantly obvious to everyone, and the government just went, nope.
Nope. Can't have that, because I'll lose my paycheck as an investor in the bank.
And us in Canada, we did it for the auto industry. Oh, God. We are going to buy the auto industry. We own it. That's our industry. We own that.
Yeah.
We bought it because it was failing. And why? For what purpose did that serve other than to save some CEO's ass who got bonuses that year?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They got fucking bonuses. Like, come on. Just fucking come on.
If that's not enough to create civil disobedience, then at the very least, it should be enough that we all just give up. Change the system. Don't fucking vote. Don't vote for the lesser of two evils. Don't vote at all. There's the statement. That would be a grand fucking statement.
I haven't voted in years for that very reason.
If we could get everybody, I said with gas prices, you can't get anyone in the world to team up on anything. But if we got everyone in North America to just park their car for one fucking day, you know how much gas would cost the next day? Nothing.
No.
Cost these people money. Cost them. Show them that we can. We can. We're the people. We're the people that all this bullshit. We the people, for the people, by the people. That's us. How do you not get that? When did we stop believing that?
When Netflix began.
Exactly. Bullshit. The only thing these goddamn new TV stations are good for is teaching you how to murder people, or how to cook meth, or any number of criminal activities. That's really all they do. I look at these new TV shows; they're just fucking instruction manuals.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of new variations of the anarchist football.
Exactly, and just being shoved. Like I don't have Netflix. I did briefly for about a year. I never watched the goddamn thing. I could never pick anything. I would spend the night flipping through the goddamn menu, try to pick something, and then I go to bed. I never watched one show on Netflix. But it seems like now it's become mandatory. Like, this stuff is forced on you. And if you don't have it, it's just made cheaper and easier. I bought a phone with the Netflix fucking app. It was just built into the phone. It's like, someone is forcing this down our throats.
As soon as you buy a new quote-unquote smart TV, as soon as you buy a TV, as soon as you open up your main menu, first it comes up fucking Netflix.
Yeah.
There it is.
And watch it, and don't pay attention to the fact that your house is talking to your neighbor's house and they're plotting against you.
That's not important anymore.
And don't be mean to your robots. That's a fucking thing right there. Don't be mean to your robots.
Don't be mean to your robot.
There's a thing. Because people yell at Alexa.
Yeah.
People get mad at Alexa, and they yell. And this is coming up as this is like a public service announcement on the internet. Stop being mean to your robot. Are you fucking kidding? No. First of all, no. Fuck you. If I work hard enough to be able to afford a robot to fucking, then I will kick it whenever I want to. That's my fucking robot. I will kick it. I will be mean to it. I will yell it. I don't fuck you, Roomba.
I will say whatever the fuck I want to that fucking robot, and it will say, sir, yes, sir, when it's fucking done. Robot. That's it.
I am not in my lifetime going to accept that these fucking things. I have fun with them. You know, I was joking when I had Cortana on my laptop. I thought that was really neat. That's a neat thing. But it's not a fucking person. It's not a thing that we have to give a shit about.
No. And there's people out there that are like trying to fall in love with this shit. Like, actually, like, They had to program it differently so that when you say, Alexa, do you love me? It's like, well, I'm a robot. I can't love you.
Exactly.
But I think that's the first, you know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking stupid.
It's just ridiculous. But we're taught that it's not, and we're being taught by fucking bad Al Pacino movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these VR, feed your fucking neighbors. Forget it, your goddamn robot. What the fuck is going on? Seriously, I'm at the point now where I want to. Ted Kaczynski's looking not so fucking crazy now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. How terrifying is that?
And on that note, where the fuck is Tim McVeigh's people? You know what I mean? The militias that were so scary in the 90s that we were starting to mobilize against these American militia groups that were all lined up along the border, and they were going to fucking overthrow the government. What happened to them? Now is the time for them to do the things that they said all through the 90s they were going to fucking do. Where are they?
I don't think they just don't exist anymore. It's fucking terrifying.
Why? Where did they go? Why did that just disappear? They were militia
you
groups were the shit.
Sitting at home watching fucking Netflix.
Militia groups were the fucking scariest thing for years. And they did shit. Like, they blew up the fucking Oklahoma City. They blew up the Olympics. They did shit. And then now it's time for them to actually follow through with their manifesto, they're nowhere to be fucking found.
Nowhere.
And I think it's time we greet them with open arms. I never thought I'd say such a thing because I was dead afraid of them and I disagreed with them because I've always tried to support my government. But it's what the fuck do we do when no one is looking out for people? People aren't looking out for people. We don't give a fuck. We're too consumed with trying to find a car that'll fucking drive itself because we're too lazy to do that now. That would involve putting down our fucking tablet.
Exactly. Yeah, fucking stupid.
And I don't know what's going to happen with that, too. Fucking Tesla can't seem to make one that won't fucking crash.
Well, again, though, but keep in mind, like, those automatic cars and that are meant to drive, not autonomous, whatever the fuck it is, cars that are meant to drive on their own, they will work when all the other cars are automatic. You factor in the stupidity of a human and you fuck everything up.
But that's the problem. We're in this thing where we're not going to let the machines take over, but we're not going to take over for ourselves. We want the car that fucking drives itself, but we don't want to be the one to have to go out and buy it and change our ways for it. We just want it to be there when we're ready for it. You know what? It's fucking retarded. We're spoiled children. That's all we are. And millennials are worse because they can afford it.
Yeah. That's fucked. Completely fucked.
That's a conversation we have to have, too, because I was listening. I was at work last night listening to our show.
Yeah.
Because it was quiet at work. And anyway, someone reminded me that it was actually one of the nurses came through and overheard you and I talking about millennials. And it was a story you were telling about a lawyer that wouldn't hire millennials or wouldn't represent millennials. And I say something to the effect of millennials are stupid people. And this nurse looked at me and said, you know, the majority of the medical profession is millennials. They're the ones who are keeping you alive right now. Remember that.
I don't want to remember that.
And I just oh, shit, that stupid kid makes a good point.
Oh, it's so scary.
But it's all in their hands now. Is there a shining light anywhere? I don't pay attention to anyone younger than me. I have no idea what's going on in the world. Is it getting better? Is there a shining light, or are we all turning into a bunch of retarded YouTubers and we're just gonna fucking fail?
Retarded YouTubers and failure.
Like I've never more in my life wanted something like Planet X to be real. Like I want the big ass asteroid to hit us. I think that's what we need. I think we need that. Something drastic, wipe out the population. I'm sorry, even if it happens to be us. Like, I've always imagined that when the asteroid hits, it's going to hit the other side of the world, you know, and we're going to be okay. Like it did in Deep Impact. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Which was, black president, and the entire world gets destroyed except for all the rich parts of America. Well, thank God for that, right?
Yeah.
Stupid.
That makes me feel safe.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'm just getting off slightly here, but that movie, anything with Tia Leone, don't fucking watch it. She has a way of picking movies. If you see her name, just steer clear. It's stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not lying.
Look for Tia Leone in the credits of anything, and just don't fucking watch it. That's good advice for me. I haven't given advice out on this show very often. As of late, I've been way off topic. I haven't been thinking clearly. Today I was thinking clearly. I looked at statistics and I got fucking mad. That's the problem. I haven't been paying attention, and I almost became a victim of exactly what I'm bitching about tonight. I started getting distracted by my devices and playing with my apps, sitting on my apps, playing my apps, and
play my Yahtzee.
And I got app vision. I thought, oh, hey, the world's not so bad.
No.
Everything's going to be okay.
It's all about distraction. That's it.
And
nothing else. Distractions.
I don't know why I woke up. You woke me up with your story, because your story really scared me today. And thank you for caring enough to bring something like that to our attention. That's something we're going to have to really keep an eye on.
Yeah, that was fucked when I heard about that one. It was just a little blurb in the news, and I thought, wow, how are they not doing like an entire show on this? Because it's...
Especially when federal legislation exists to put an end to it.
Yeah.
Like you said, provincially it was 2013. 2017, we did a big federal study into this. I don't remember ever hearing about it.
Nope.
And in 2017, I would have really been paying attention to something like that. So the fact that I don't know anything about it frightens me to no end, because it makes me think it was buried, or surely I'd remember something about it.
Yeah, nope, buried. That's it.
Who was it? I gotta find her. I don't have her. Jane Philpott. Thank God. Jane Philpott was the health minister at the time, and she is still very involved in this stuff. And on our side, exposing truths that her own government doesn't want her exposing. And this is all a Trudeau problem. Let's not forget, we're 4 years into his mandate now. It's his first term is done. It seems fast. I can't believe it was 4 years already. There's been so much destruction so quickly.
Yeah, it's incredible. And there's people that still fucking support him. Makes no sense.
Oh no, he's a shoo-in in the next election, apparently. Like all signs are pointing towards second term. Yeah, easy. Not necessarily a landslide, because those don't even exist or matter anymore. But he's in. It's pretty much written on the wall, which pisses me off too. Because the election's not till November. That's a whole lifetime away politically. You know, anything could change between now and November. But it's another thing. We say he's in, and then he's in. That's just why. Well, because someone fucking said so in January.
Yeah, that's it. There it is. Accept it and move on. No.
Accept it and move on. That's what we're taught now. Just accept it.
All right.
There's nothing you can't change anything, so accept it.
That's it.
Well, no, you can, and we used to all the time. Look at our fucking grandparents. Look at their parents. The people who came.
And in the days of fucking all the information, everything we need to know is at our fingertips, and we can't mobilize and do something about things. That makes no fucking sense.
No, we can't. And yet we can get a group of people. We can get thousands of people together to fucking dump ice water on our heads. We can do that. Tens of thousands of people. We can fucking get everybody to grow a mustache in November.
We can get billions of people to fucking, or thousands of people to stand in a corner somewhere and dance.
Right? Planking. Look at fucking planking. That's a thing. That's a thing we can get you all to do, but we can't get you to fucking read a book?
No.
Figure out what the hell is going on in your right in front of your eyes and deal with it? No, We gotta fucking eat nutmeg and choke and make 10,000 videos of that.
Please, for the love of God, please.
All these challenges. These are just fucking. Why can't we put that much effort into just holding a politician to task for a change?
Yeah, no, asking too much, apparently.
I can't get you to read a political pamphlet and make up a decision on something, but I could get you to eat nutmeg and choke for 10 minutes on YouTube, and that's entertaining to everybody.
Yeah. Terrifying fucking world we live in, my friend.
It is a terrifying world we live in, and I'm standing on a street right now that is one of the most terrifying streets in the world. But
I'd rather face that. I'd rather face the turmoils of the day-to-day that you're dealing with than anybody in the fucking government, because these people are just fucked in the head.
Hey, you know, I'd vote for anyone on this street right now. These people know what they're doing down here. Business is run in the way businesses are supposed to be run, and all our economists could use a lesson from the people down here.
Certainly would be fucking nice.
Especially from that guy who's selling chips $1 each or 3 for $5.
My God.
That guy's my fucking hero. Because guys love him, people buy him. That's where people get it. $1 each or 3 for $5. Oh, give me the 3. Fuck, I'm not.
That's a great deal. 3 for $5. I'm in. I want to pay $2 extra.
I love that. That was. I don't know if he was an idiot or a genius, but that was the greatest thing I've seen. Wow. We got some anger going on out here. I don't know what's happening. People are throwing shit. Exciting. A lot of police action. I haven't had my mandatory siren yet.
No, not really, no.
So, I don't know what to tell you, Gord.
I don't know. But I can tell you this, though. I'm fucking tired.
It's been a long night. It's been a long weekend for us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're well into a time where we could call it a night. That was a great chat. Thanks for getting me angry again. It's been felt good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Feels nice to let the rage out.
It is. Okay, so we are saying goodnight here, Gord, I believe, at 11:35 my time.
Thank you very much.
Which is
2:35 my time.
I can't believe you stay up this late for our little show. I hope the people of the world appreciate it enough to send us in a line and just say, thanks, Gord, for staying up till 2:35 for doing this. Did you hear someone on the street?
Did I just hear this fucking thanks, sir?
Yeah, you did.
That's awesome.
That's our neighborhood. I love it.
That's great.
You can't top that. I'm going to say goodnight right there, Gord. Thanks, thanks, Canada, and for the all my friends in the States for listening. I'll be back in roughly 23 hours to do this again. I hope Gord is too. Until then, take care of each other.
Thank you, strange lady.
I'll tell him you said that. All right, buddy. That was awesome.
You have yourself a good night, brother.
You too, man. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, quite possibly. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I'll hopefully we'll do another one tomorrow night.
Sounds good, man.
All right, dude. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.
And okay. Off. I have.
Don't you lie to me. Don't you lie to me. And you're